Hello and welcome to the 10th episode of Faith Among Wolves. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to be talking about surviving siblings, right after this. Hello and welcome to Faith Among Wolves. My name is Andrew, and with me I have Jacob Moore.
Hello.
And Nathan Rivas.
That's me.
Yep, Kyla couldn't make it, which is a bummer considering today's topic. But before we talk about that, we have a poll that it's a Google form, and it just has like 5 questions. It shouldn't take you more than like a minute or two to answer. And it just goes over a couple things that we're not so sure if you guys like or not. So if you guys would just click the link down below and fill that out, maybe while you're listening to this or something, that would really help us get an idea of what you guys want to hear more of and what you guys don't want to hear more of, and help us make these episodes better for you. So yeah, but anyway, today we're talking about surviving siblings. And to kick us off, I was thinking we'd just go around and each say how many brothers and sisters we each have and how old they are. So, Jacob?
Hey, I have 2 brothers. One, he is 16, and the other one, he is 20.
So you're the youngest.
I am the youngest. So, yeah, I have the youngest privileges. For all those people who are just like, yeah, the youngest gets all the freedom. Yeah, that's me.
So they do to get all the freedom? Like, are the shorts true? Like when they show the youngest brother?
Not to that level, but I will say I do get some extra, unique privileges.
The way it is with me is whenever I get a new privilege, it just automatically goes to everyone else.
For real.
That's what's great about it.
For real. I get to stay up late, and my sister begs to stay up late, and then there she is staying up late.
Yep. That's pretty much it.
How about you? How many siblings do you have?
So I've got 2 younger brothers. I'm the oldest. The one who has to forge the way through life to make it easier for them. And they're 14 and 10. What about you, Nathan?
Me? I'm the oldest, man, and I'm the only one with a sister on this group.
Except Kyla.
Kyla should have been here because she's a girl and she can give like her opinion on stuff.
Yeah.
Well, but I have a sister, a younger sister, and yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think how old is she?
She's 3 years younger. Well, right. Yeah. So she's 11 right now, and I'm 14. I just turned 14.
Cool. Yeah, I think Kyla has like 6 siblings, so I thought she would have some insights on this topic, but
we should have waited this episode to just like maybe
she made plans. So
anyway, so would you like to kick us off with our first point, Jacob?
Sure. So siblings have responsibilities for each other, and that goes into Genesis 4:8-9, which says, "Now Cain said to his brother Abel, 'Let's go out to the field while they were,'" that's a period. "While they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, 'Where is your brother Abel?' He replied, 'I do not know. I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper?'" I butchered that first.
We gotta work on grammar, bro. Mixed around words.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we should have put a verse behind that, because we just show a brother killing another brother.
Alright, but it's a very valid question. Am I my brother's keeper? And the reply to this is yes. You are your brother's keeper. When you go to heaven, who is God gonna ask you for? Like, where's your siblings? Where's your parents? Where is your friends and family? Where are they? Does that not hit? No. Okay.
God is not gonna go and ask you, "Where's your dad, bro? What happened to him?"
Well, I mean, it's a valid question, because you go to heaven and you didn't care to guide your brother or tell him about Jesus. You didn't care enough to do that.
And then they just said,
that's true. And then it wouldn't be your fault.
Yeah.
So, what does brother's keeper mean?
That's interesting.
I'm an older brother. An older brother now got a sister. So for a younger brother, it might mean something else.
So your sister's keeper in a sense.
Yeah. So For a sister, I mean, I've got a sister, so that's a lot more than a brother. Because a brother, you like if some kid beats up on your little brother, they're probably gonna beat him back up, but you're gonna go get him back. If someone beats up my little sister, I mean, they're probably dead already. So like, it's different, right? But,
yeah, it is.
As
brotherly love, sisterly love.
As a sister's keeper, I would say a lot of it is the examples you show. Cause I don't know about your little sibling. Even though I think you're the little brother, so I don't know if like for you. Cause if you do something as an older brother, your little sibling's most probably gonna do it,
even if it's not a good thing.
Yeah, right, Jacob.
Yep.
All right. So that's one thing. To act responsibly, and to take in mind that your little brother will most probably follow your steps as the older brother. Also, I would want the younger sibling over here to tell something about that, of how he thinks about that, for any younger siblings out there who want to know how not to fall in the stuff his older brothers are falling, or sisters. But I think that's one thing. Also, I think how you act towards them really matters, because some families, their parents are not like, it's like some, they abuse their child, even though I bet that's not your case, but some do. And sometimes like the little siblings or the little brothers, all of us as kids think bad about our parents. One upon a time, like we say, why did he do this to me? Like, this is not fair, like something like that. And as an older brother, you know why he's doing this, or that's happened to you one time, and you know why your parents did it, or they know what's gonna come out forward. So as an older brother, I would tell my siblings, hey, dad punished you because you were doing this wrong, even though for you it might seem that it was alright or it was fair. It was not, and it was wrong. So he's just trying to make you not do that again and not fall into it again, or stuff like that, you know. Because as an older brother, you have more experience over your younger brother, even though the younger siblings might deny that. We do have more wisdom and more, stuff than the younger sibling. But
yeah. And I think it's kind of the job of the older brother to teach the younger siblings too. Like, show them, I guess Nathan was kind of saying that, but show them the way things should be done, and teach them about God, and be an example for them in everything you do.
You as a younger sibling.
Okay, as a younger sibling.
You're a guest.
So I'm gonna. I wish we actually had a middle child here, but we don't. So I'm sorry to all you middle childs out there.
Once again, you're ignored.
Once again, I am sorry. Yeah. We could honestly, just get this one, 8-minute episode of just the middle child ranting on about how he's ignored. But we are deeply sorry, middle child. Yeah.
I don't have a middle child, so every time I see that about middle childs, in videos, I'd say, that's cap. You pay attention.
That is not cap.
It is not? What? Tell me something.
That's his,
that's his
middle
older brother. He's 14.
Yeah.
No, he's 16.
16.
So he's 16. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool, dude.
Mm-hmm. How has he forgotten?
Okay, let me think. He's most of the time kind of when we're making plans for the full family, he's most of the time just kind of left out of the picture. Just we tough. Make plans and oh yeah, we're going to bowling, and he's just oh, what? Oh, you didn't tell me that. Kind of funny, but yeah. Sorry to you, middle child.
I did not know that.
But that was a little bit of a rabbit trail, and I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, to you older siblings, as a younger child, I do say that what you do will affect your younger siblings, and I am a personal example of that. So Xander, my older brother.
Oldest
Brother, yes. His hand motions, how he talked, even how he wrote, somehow bled into me.
Yeah, we were
the
talking.
The videos he watched, the games he played, I got that interested, and most of all, his passion to follow Christ really bleeds into other people's lives. And especially even your younger siblings. So I'm a personal example of that, and would really like to say that for encouragement of you older siblings, that you just like follow Christ and be a real example, because it will bleed through. It will touch.
Also, one thing that I want to say is, as an older brother, since I am, or older sister, whatever, but I am an older brother, and when I watch TV, since we're two siblings, we really don't take turns. I don't know if you guys do, but I watch TV with my sister, and when I was a little bit smaller, we used to watch stuff like Disney and stuff like that, and if like a character said a word like crap, or I don't know, words that did not sound that kind, I would say, okay, Kyla, we're not watching this because it's not safe. I mean, we would watch stuff like the Clone Wars and stuff like that, those episodes, which didn't say anything bad. But lately,
Interruption, real quick. Kyla, that is his sister. We also have a Kyla on the show. They are not the same Kyla. I made that fatal mistake of accidentally mixing that up. Do not do the same as me.
All right,
He will find you, and he will hunt you.
Alright, so, as I was saying, nowadays, I don't know about you guys, but I watch YouTube. I watch YouTubers, and some of them are nice. They don't cuss a lot. But some do. Like, you can hear all the bleeps and blurs and stuff like that. And nowadays, I've just been letting that slide. If, like, there's a ton of blurs and stuff like that, and not to mention all the what the heck and stuff like that, which, I don't know, most of you might not care, but I just don't like that language most of the time. But I'm just letting that slide, and I've seen lately that my sister has gotten used to that. So that's just something that maybe I want to stop. I just really want to maybe watch something else, but something that I want to watch, but some sacrifices you have to do. I just want to say that. But yeah, just stuff that maybe you guys would want to know as Christians, and that I'm trying to take in mind.
Yeah, I can vouch for the same thing. I've started saying some things that weren't very nice, or something, bad habits of speech and stuff, and I've picked that up, and I shouldn't be doing it, but then I noticed my sibling is doing the same thing, and it's certainly kind of disappointing when you're like, okay, I've been doing something lousy, but then you see your siblings copying you in that lousy behavior.
Yeah, I just get that feeling in my heart.
Yeah.
Like, why? This is something that's going to be hard to take out again. But
Yeah.
it is possible. Like, I have been able to take out stuff in my sister's life that I did not want, and she mostly doesn't remember about it. She's probably going to hear this, but she's not going to know what I'm talking about. But, yeah.
And I'm also a personal testimony of that. Some bad habits my middle and older brother picked up sometime foreshadowing to me. So, just another encouragement for you older brothers to keep on going, keep on the good fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded really weird.
It did not, but all right.
Really?
Well,
Well.
Not really that bad. All right, but I think that's a good end to this segment.
So, wait, did we answer the question? What does brother's keeper mean?
We
Oh.
did. We talked about that the whole time.
No, just a quick summary. What does brother's keeper mean?
A brother's keeper.
it means you be responsible
You keep
for your
their
younger
life.
siblings and look out for them, and what is it?
There you go.
Well, do we want to do a quick break for Factor Cap? I still didn't get that theme music.
Okay.
But yes.
Is there a poll down there for theme music? That'd be awesome. Should we get... Okay, email us at faithamongwolves.com if we should get theme music.
It would take like half an hour to do.
Be quiet, Andrew. If we should get... This is a ploy to get more listeners to email.
Oh,
Yeah. And I'm putting this on the air.
real subtle.
Yeah, I know. Email it to faithamongwolves@yahoo.com.
Or text at 571-492-4585.
Yeah, and tell us if you want Factor Cat music and some other things about you. And yeah, we'd really like to get in touch with some of our listeners.
And your debit card number might be nice too.
Of course. No, we're joking.
We're joking, yes. We're subtly joking.
Are we? Anyways, fact or Factor Cap, Nathan, would you like to hit us off?
So, we're ready for Factor Cap, eh? Well, I'm gonna give you only one this time. We'll see if you guys are good or not. See if you guys know your Bible, or if you know my ingenious brain that can create Factor Cap. Alright, so, I'm gonna give you one. Tell me if it's Factor Cap. So, this is the phrase. This woman said to me, give up your son so we may eat him today, and tomorrow we'll eat my son.
Oh, I know that. That's fact.
Dang it.
Really? Fact?
Dang it. You know
You
that.
go with
He's
Cap.
saying dang it? Okay, I'm gonna say Cap. I think he's using reverse psychology.
Longtime listeners of the show will be able to testify that there have been several times when I've said, I know that verse, and then it was Cap. So,
Yes, I'm gonna say Cap.
So what was it?
fact.
Cap. What was it?
It's fact.
Oh,
You guys don't know
Jacob.
that? So there was,
No, I didn't.
I believe there was this bad king, and he didn't take care of his citizens.
No, that's
and they
not
were
what
very
happened.
hungry. No, what happened?
It was a siege. The city was under siege.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And they
And
kept him inside. and
there was
everything,
no
yeah.
food or water left in the city. And so these two ladies are like,
Yeah.
okay, let's get together. You can eat my son today, and then tomorrow we
I'll
can
give
eat
you
your
my
son.
son.
And
So
then
they
she's
ate
like,
that-
sure. And so they killed.
The first son, and they ate them. And the next day, the woman ran away with her son alive. So she didn't keep the deal. But it's sad. Like, to be that hungry, like a mom would not give up her son that easily.
Yeah.
But how desperate they must be. How the devil got into mind. Who knows if the devil killed them because they were going to be great men when they grew up. I don't know. All right.
Yes. So our second segment
All right,
is
sir. Oh.
we are called to do our best to get along. Incredible naming.
Well, Psalms 133 verse 1 says, a song for the
You don't have to read the first part, but we can anyway. Good.
So do I read it?
Yeah, just read the whole thing.
A song for the ascent to Jerusalem. A psalm of David. How wonderful it is. How pleasant when brothers live together in harmony. I feel like we're taking another meaning of this to do it into.
Yeah, this might be just ripping it out and using its
fine.
context.
I guess it's fine.
Well, I mean, like, it's just fairly plain, like, how when brothers live together in harmony.
Yeah, how
Like,
pleasant when
it seems pretty in context. And Romans 12:18, do your part to live in peace with everyone as much as possible.
And although
that
that one-
includes your brothers.
Yeah, it
and
doesn't
sisters.
specifically talk about brothers, but everyone kind of includes your siblings. Unless you don't count your siblings as humans, but
So we are
that's
called
another
to our
issue.
best to get along. That's here. So most of us, if people ask, you get along. It depends which person. You're normally gonna say, yes, we get along pretty fine. Even though, like, maybe at the moment we are, but I think every single day there's something siblings don't get along. There's just this little, like, even if it's a little thing. Like, you took my chair, I called shotgun. Like, anything. Like, there's this one thing that doesn't get along.
Yeah.
Like,
It could be just a simple, like, smack in the face.
well,
Or as complicated as a whole debate that got really heated.
yeah, well, blessed are the peacemakers,
Or
for
your-
they shall be sons.
Or your brother deciding he wants to leave the window open wide all
Matthew
night when
5
it's
something
10
like
degrees
that.
outside. That is not fun.
Yeah, totally not personal experiences. But
No, we're this is
never.
not first-hand information.
No.
That's his subtle waves. We're being sarcastic if you didn't pick up on that.
What? No. Okay. Yeah.
Let's.
You know, okay, let's be honest. It's hard to get along with our siblings. That's like the plain truth. There's a verse that if you listened to our podcast as far back as a couple weeks ago.
Which I get it if you don't because of the audio, because it is pretty terrible.
I hope
but
this one's better.
Yeah,
if
I
you are
really do.
listening to right now, we really appreciate it, man. Or woman, or girl, or boy.
Yeah. As many times as I've said this, I am actually working on trying to fix the audio.
Yeah, if this doesn't work, we're probably gonna get new mics, a new setup, spend a few $100 on.
Okay, let's not talk about our budget now, will we?
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay,
so
but-
what can we help so we can keep peace between our brothers? Or
Okay,
siblings?
so I had this verse that I wanted to share first.
Alright,
It
share.
says, "Friends are like born of love, but brothers are born of adversary.
That's actually, we have that one later.
Oh, we do?
Yep, that's for point 3.
Oh, well, we can
Sneak peek, I guess. I don't know.
We can mention again there, but
It says, a friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in times of need.
Noise.
no, that's not the verse I was talking
That's the NLT version.
about. I see. Friend is...
There were some other translations that had it closer to what you were saying.
Yeah, it says it was born an adversary. I think it was a different verse.
No, it was the same one.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Anyways.
I looked up this verse so expensive. I was trying to figure out if it was talking about literal brothers or like friends who are close like brothers.
No, I'm pretty sure it'd be little brothers.
Alright, so
Anyway,
But yeah, brother can be very aggravating, rude. It gets in the way all the time.
freezes your room all night.
Yeah. And you just want to take him by the neck and strangle him.
wow, you're feeling some very hard feelings from Jacob right now. Wow.
But you don't need to do that. Because God says don't.
You've already done it once. No.
Oh,
More than
let's not talk about that. You see, I used to have 4 brothers.
Whoa.
I used to not be the youngest.
Alright. Oh my. Wow, being such a good older brother, eh? I'm kidding. He did not have 4 brothers. Don't get us by the wrong page. Alright, so.
Yeah, they can be very frustrating, and just ask God for peace.
Yeah,
And He'll give it to you.
and as annoying as siblings can be sometimes, there are the good times too, when you have a nice conversation with your brother or you're working on something. They give me funny looks. When you're working on something and you're getting along great, and those times make it all worth it.
Yeah, they definitely.
Your brothers are one of the, like, I think they're top 3 of the best, like, the closest things you have, your siblings. Let's go with the Trinity, and then we have your parents, and then you have your siblings, I think.
Yeah, and like,
That's how it
and
would
I've seen this, that as you get older, you kind of almost like, if you grow close with your brothers and not let you guys separate your way, make your own peace, you will find that as you grow older, instead of having more adversary and more like fights and anger, it will dwindle down into more of peace and friendship and love that will be like ever so precious in your times of need.
So if you foster love and stuff, even when it gets annoying right now, in the future, it'll be easier to show love to your brothers, if that makes sense. Or in this, you're sowing seeds of love into your relationships with your siblings, and when you're older, you will have sown those. You'll reap what you sowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we ready to go to our third point?
Yeah.
All right. So, final thing to wrap this all up, and it's a little bit of a longer one, but let's just know that siblings are there for you. You might say this is the same thing as siblings have a responsibility for each other, but no, it's something different. Siblings are there for you. They're quite there for you. Let's read the verses.
That was terrible.
That's bad.
You're just like, siblings are there for
I said
you.
it like 5 times. Can we not do that? Because I tried to act normal, but in my head I was like, bro, you
Like,
messed
you're
up
trying to give a
hard.
reason, but you're like, you can't think.
I cannot think of one.
So you're just like, okay, anyways, moving on. Genesis.
Genesis 37, 23 through 27. Alright, so when Joseph arrived, they pulled off his beautiful robe and threw him into the pit. This pit was normally used to store water, but it was empty at the time. Then, just as they were sitting down to eat, they noticed a caravan of camels in the distance coming toward them. It was a group of Ishmaelite traders taking spices, balm, and myrrh from Gilead to Egypt. Judah said to the others, "What can we gain by killing our brother? That would just give us a guilty conscience. Let's sell Joseph to those traders. Let's not be responsible for his death. After all, he is our brother." And his brothers agreed.
So this is a beautiful example of brothers being loyal by not killing their brother, but instead selling him off as a slave to
Please
traders.
don't tell me that's the reason you chose this verse.
No, that was a joke. Okay,
Yeah.
then
But, okay,
this is
just
this next
for quick context, this was the story of after Jacob. I'm sure you know Jacob in the Bible. It's his son Joseph, and Read your Bible, and you should know Joseph.
So basically, Jacob has 2 wives. One wife has 2 children, which Joseph is part of this, and the other wife has like 11 children.
Not including girls.
And he loved he loved Rachel more, which that was actually his second wife.
Yeah.
No?
He had Rachel and the other one.
Wasn't?
It was.
Wait, the one of Joseph
He first
wasn't
married
the first wife?
Leah, and then Rachel.
Yeah.
So Jacob
Oh yeah, that's right. Cause
went there. He wanted to marry
his dad
Rachel,
just like gave him
but
the wrong daughter.
But the daughter's father, when on the marrying day, actually switched him out. So when in the morning he discovered that he had married Leah instead of Rachel. So then he worked another 5 years to marry.
7 years.
7 years to marry.
All right, guys, that's an
Rachel.
interesting
And
story,
he
but that's
loved
also a rabbit
Rachel
trail.
more.
And then so
Read your
God
Bible.
made it so she couldn't have kids so to make it more fair because he didn't like Leah very much. But then Rachel started praying, and then God let her have a couple kids. Anyway,
All right.
so
And
he let
guys,
Joseph best
so
out of all his kids.
Joseph is the son of
The favorite son.
Rachel, whom Jacob loved.
Now we'll fast forward years later, after they had kidnapped him, sold him to Egypt, much stuff happened. Now Joseph's in a position of authority. I am Joseph, so that then his brothers come back to Egypt, and he sees them, and this is him talking to his brothers. I am Joseph, he said to his brothers. Is my father still alive? But his brothers were speechless. They were stunned to realize that Joseph was standing there in front of them. Come over here, he said. So they came closer. And he said again, I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. But don't be angry with yourselves that you did this to me, for God did it. He sent me here ahead of you to preserve your lives. And so, the reason I chose this verses is because even though their brothers did a pretty lousy thing by selling him off into slavery, throwing him into a pit, he almost killed him, but they did that, and then years later, Joseph was willing to forgive them. And although this is a pretty extreme example,
It is a very extreme example.
there are times when all of us can probably relate to, like, your siblings are pretty quick to forgive.
It's not. I mean, it
this
is.
is from our experiences.
After a while, it
So-
is. But at the moment, you do not want to forgive them. We want to do what Jacob described. But also, Joseph and the brothers that betrayed them are stepbrothers, right? So I think we should. I'm gonna jump into Jacob's role. Maybe we can get a guest that has a stepsister or brother, and maybe talk a little bit more about you guys, because I know a lot of you are stepbrothers and
Actually, that was a
stepsisters.
half brothers and sisters.
Yeah, half-brothers.
That's my actually of the day.
All right, then. According to my calculations, it's half brothers and half sisters. My bad. Didn't mean to
Anyway,
say anything
so
wrong. But maybe that's something we can do. But yeah, that was an extreme way. But we can all agree the only reason Joseph did that is because he was filled with I guess he was not filled with the Spirit, because there was no Spirit back then. But I mean, there was a Spirit, but it wasn't filled into people, I don't think, back then. But he was in a relationship with God.
yeah.
So
But
I think those.
so siblings, this sounds kind of brutal, but you're more or less stuck with them until you turn 18. And so you kind of have to work things out eventually if there are mistakes. And that's a unique opportunity because it gives you practice for life. You can practice making mistakes and dealing with difficult people and making up. And so
Yeah, and with the story of Joseph, a lot of times we might see something at the time, like, this is something really bad, like, they did this to me, I'm never going to forgive them. But like the story of Joseph, God ended up using it for good to further and actually to great. It might have just happened to Joseph, but in reality of the whole spectrum, he made the whole Israelites prosper because of that one act. If Joseph wasn't there to even think of helping store the grain and that, then Israelites could have been wiped out very early on. They could have died of starvation.
yeah.
So that was whole God's plan, set up block after block. It's like a little domino effect. That one little thing that seems to have like a couple consequences actually had an infinite amount of consequences.
Yeah.
So, and God used the Israelites to reach us.
Yeah. And that brings us to our last verse, which we've already read. And that is, a friend is always loyal, and a brother is born to help in need. And so even though we fight and squabble as siblings, and sometimes there are squabble. There are times when you want to wring them by their necks, as Jacob so eloquently put it. You ultimately love them, and
what happened to your fourth brother?
You love them, and I mean, if someone was hurting one of your younger siblings, as Nathan was saying, they'd be dead. So,
especially if it's a sister.
Yeah,
just ask forgiveness.
And so, but your siblings will always be there for you. And so if you foster a good relationship with them, they'll always be there for you through the good times and through the bads. Closer, maybe even than a friend or anyone. So, yeah. And that brings us to our challenge for this week, which is actually try investing in your relationships with your siblings, and you'll reap what you sow. If you put love and care and affection into your relationships with your siblings, that is what you'll get out of those relationships. So,
yeah, what you reap, what you sow. That's a good. No, I mean, what you reap is what you're gonna sow. No, wait,
what you sow is what you'll reap.
Oh my goodness, bro, my brain is so twisted. Yeah, so that meant.
Yeah, that was very good.
Anyone have any other thoughts?
No. So, I guess that's the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I guess this was probably a little bit shorter than the last couple ones because it's been like 50 minutes.
If you have any questions, prayer requests, or testimonies, we'd love to get an email or text from you at faithamongwolves@yahoo.com or 571-492-4585. And thanks for joining us. Oh,
I have one last thing. So we got an email we mentioned this last episode, from a girl named Ashley. And she asked us to share our testimonies. So, we, here soon, probably within the next few episodes, probably share testimonies, most likely.
Well, Kyla had a really good testimony she wanted to share, and she's not here.
So
Kyla did. So
maybe we can just do the next episode of testimony episode, and just talk about that.
So be there for next episode because we might share testimonies.
Yeah, guys, please send us emails. We really like it.
Yeah, we really do. It was nice getting an email, and so or a text if you're like the other teenagers out there who enjoy texting. Yep. 571-492-4585, and they'll be down in the description. And thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Hello and welcome to Faith Among Wolves. My name is Andrew, and this will be our 11th episode. No, 10th. Anyway, hello, my name is Andrew, and welcome to the 10th.
What in the world?
This could be the
Can I do it?